Allow me to tell you about my mother-in-law, the undisputed queen of criticism. From the moment we met, it was crystal clear that she disapproved of me and our marriage. Every time she set foot in our home, it was as if she had a built-in radar for detecting flaws. No imperfection escaped her scrutiny, and she wielded her judgment like a weapon, slicing through our lives with relentless precision. Take this one instance. She once declared that she could only drink a specific type of tea and absolutely loathed anything else. Wanting to be the perfect host, I went out of my way to get that exact tea for her. But did that satisfy her? Of course not. The moment she caught a whiff of it, she reacted as if I had handed her poison, tossing it out with a dramatic flourish and scoffing that she would never enjoy something so dreadful. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. This woman had a talent for being condescending in the most creative ways. She never missed an opportunity to make snide remarks about my cooking, my wardrobe choices, even the way I decorated our home. It felt personal, as if she had some deep-seated vendetta against me. You'd think my husband would step in and shut it down, right? He tried. He really did. He would gently remind her to respect our choices, to accept me as part of the family. But she wouldn't budge. It was as if she had crowned herself the family's gatekeeper, and in her eyes, I was simply unworthy. Seriously, who does that? We were supposed to be family, yet my mother-in-law treated me like an outsider, an intruder in my own home. So when I found out that she, of all people, had planned a surprise birthday party for me, I was stunned. It was completely out of character for her. She had never made any effort to warm up to me before, so why now? I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Was this an attempt at making amends, or a cruel prank in disguise? The day started out like any other birthday celebration. Balloons, decorations, laughter. I told myself to set my doubts aside, to enjoy the moment. But then the truth revealed itself, in the most humiliating way possible. The birthday cake. As it was brought out, I smiled, ready to appreciate the effort. But then I saw it. My husband's ex's name sprawled across the cake in bold, unmistakable letters. My heart stopped. How could this even happen? I instinctively turned to my mother-in-law, searching for an answer. And there she was, smirking. A smug, satisfied expression barely concealed beneath a mask of fake innocence. Then, as if this was some minor mistake, she casually dismissed it, claiming she had simply misspelled my name due to getting older and being forgetful. Right. Because that was so believable. Who accidentally replaces their daughter-in-law's name with their son's ex? No, this wasn't a mistake. It was a calculated insult, a jab designed to humiliate me in front of everyone. The room fell silent. The guests, unsure how to react, exchanged awkward glances. I fought to keep my composure, but inside I was boiling with hurt and rage. My husband was just as shocked as I was. He had genuinely wanted to surprise me with something special, a heartfelt celebration. But his mother had stepped in, convincing him to let her take charge of the entire event. To him, it had seemed like a promising gesture, proof that she was finally willing to put the past behind us, to mend the rift between us. She had even told him that she wanted to build a good relationship with me, that she was ready to make an effort. But now it was clear. She had never meant a single word. She thought she had won. She thought she had humiliated me, ruined my birthday, and walked away unscathed. But she had no idea. I had plans of my own. Let's rewind a bit. My mother-in-law had always been a master of manipulation, making my life difficult at every turn. Her favorite game? Comparing me to my husband's ex as if I were some subpar replacement. The irony? My husband had told me before that she never even approved of his ex. Déjà vu, right? But what made this even more laughable was her own past. She had been my father-in-law's second wife. It was as if she had conveniently erased her own history while trying to rewrite mine. Speaking of my father-in-law, his past was shrouded in secrecy. My husband barely knew anything about his other family, and neither did I. All we knew was that he had two families, but the other one wanted nothing to do with us. Whispers of a troubled relationship, of deep family fractures, always lingered in the background, but the details were buried beneath years of silence. Then, a year into my marriage, I stumbled upon a revelation that was straight out of a soap opera. My mother-in-law had been the sole reason behind my father-in-law's divorce. The irony was delicious. The same woman who spent her time tearing me down and acting like the guardian of tradition was the very person who had shattered another marriage. Maybe that was why she was so obsessed with controlling our family's narrative. Maybe she thought if she played her cards right, she could erase the past and paint herself as the perfect wife, the ultimate matriarch. But no matter how hard she tried, I was not my husband's ex. Our marriage was ours, our love story unique. And so, back to the present. I had smiled through my ruined birthday, swallowing my rage as she smirked over her little cake stunt. But inside I was already crafting my response. Because her birthday was the next day. It was too perfect. The opportunity was right there and I knew exactly how to use it. I made sure the bakery accidentally wrote my father-in-law's first wife's name on her birthday cake instead of hers. And then I played my part flawlessly, wide-eyed innocence, a little gasp of surprise and a perfectly delivered, "Oh no! The bakery must have made a mistake." Her expression? Priceless. The moment she saw that name, her face turned red, then white, then a shade of furious purple I had never seen before. The entire room went silent as she let out a strangled gasp. And then she lost it. She screamed. She threw a tantrum. She tried to turn the whole thing into a scandal. But I stayed calm, composed, tilting my head slightly as I innocently asked if she was feeling okay. Inside, I was reveling in every second of her humiliation. My husband, bless his heart, tried to calm her down. He was utterly confused, torn between trying to console his raging mother and processing what had just happened. He turned to me, suspicion flickering in his eyes. "Did you do this on purpose?" he asked. I smiled sweetly. "Come on, I must have picked up the wrong cake." And he believed me. Oh, it was delicious. Did I stoop to her level? Maybe. But after years of being her target, after all the ways she had tried to make me feel like I didn't belong, I couldn't resist giving her a taste of her own medicine. And it felt amazing. Of course, she ran around complaining, playing the victim, claiming I had done it on purpose. But really, wasn't it just a cake? No need to blow things out of proportion, right? After all, that was exactly what she had told me on my birthday. The best part? The whole family was on my side. They had witnessed her theatrics for years and this time no one was falling for it. She had always thrived on drama, always ensured the spotlight was on her. But now she was left red-faced and fuming while everyone else laughed behind her back. My husband still seemed torn, unsure whether to defend his mother or trust me. But hey, let him think what he wants. My little secret was safe. And here's the real kicker, since that tiny mix-up, she's been eerily quiet. No more surprise visits, no passive-aggressive jabs, no nitpicking. Life has suddenly become peaceful. Maybe my prank hit her harder than I realized. Maybe, for the first time in her life, she realized that her dramatics weren't going to get her anywhere. Or maybe she's just sulking, licking her wounds in some dark corner. Either way, I'm loving it. Regardless, I'm not complaining. For the first time in what feels like forever, I can finally breathe. No more passive-aggressive remarks, no more judgmental glances, no more feeling like an outsider in my own life. It's as if a weight has been lifted from my shoulders, and I feel freer than ever before. Of course, I'm not naive enough to think this peace will last forever. My mother-in-law is a master of bouncing back from her own dramatics. She may be lying low now, but I know it's only a matter of time before she stirs up something new. But for now, I'm going to enjoy every second of it. Final update, if you can't defeat them, block them. And that's exactly what I did. Let me tell you, life has been so much better since I made the decision to block my mother-in-law. No more nagging, no more sudden visits, no more attempts to undermine me. Just pure, uninterrupted silence. And honestly, it's blissful. To everyone who supported me through this, thank you. Your words of encouragement and shared experiences made me realize that I'm not alone in dealing with an overbearing mother-in-law. Your support has given me the strength to set boundaries and stick to them. When she eventually confronted me about blocking her, I just gave her a calm smile and blamed it on network troubles. Hey, a little white lie never hurt anyone, right? Besides, it was actually kind of fun to see her squirm, realizing that, for once, she wasn't in control. Because here's the thing, blocking her wasn't just about silencing her drama. It was about reclaiming my peace. It was about realizing that I don't have to endure someone's toxicity just because they're family. And to anyone out there dealing with a mother-in-law from hell, be strong. Set your boundaries. And never let anyone make you feel like you're not enough. Does this story resonate with you? Have you ever dealt with a dramatic or toxic mother-in-law? Have you ever had to make tough choices to protect your own peace? If this story hit close to home, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts, experiences, and advice. A lesson to take away. Family isn't just about blood, it's about respect. It's about mutual love and support. And if someone, even a family member, is constantly draining your energy, you have every right to step back and protect yourself. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going, because no one should have to deal with unnecessary drama alone. Until next time, stay strong and live your best life. Bye for now.